The House of Commons Trade Committee will hear from steel and auto worker unions this week to pave the way for Canada's planned retaliatory tariffs against the U.S., set to kick in on July 1st. Here for a look at that and more is the Globe and Mail's Laura Stone. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Ben.
Okay, so what's going to be on the agenda when the Trade Committee meets with these workers and unions? What's the purpose of the discussion? It seems to me that maybe these discussions should have happened months ago.
Well, the Trade Committee is meeting today, and it's less than 1 week before Canada's retaliatory tariffs on $16.6 billion against U.S. steel and other products kicks in. So the basic point of the meeting is we know this is going to hurt, but how much is it going to hurt? And they're bringing in these workers from steel industry, auto industry, as well as unions. Of course, the big fear for Canada is that Trump will also impose a 25% tariff on autos, which would hurt the industry tremendously. So it's sort of to figure out how to go forward in dealing with the United States, but also as a show of solidarity from Canadians to go up against the U.S. They're also, I would expect, going to talk about the NAFTA deal and what it would mean for Canada to have a bilateral agreement with the United States, as well as potentially the corporate tax rate. We know that the finance ministers are also in Ottawa today, so there could be questions about whether Canada should lower its corporate tax rate in the face of these tariffs.
All right, well, meanwhile, looking to Queen's Park, Doug Ford is going to be sworn in as Ontario Premier on Friday, and sources say he's going to recall the legislature in July to push through some of his campaign promises. What's on the agenda? What can we expect?
Well, we expect Doug Ford to touch on some of those big campaign promises that he made. He was all about being for the people, and he said he was going to lower gas prices, he was going to fight the carbon tax, and he was going to find efficiencies in government. So I expect all of those will be addressed. We already know that he's going to kill the cap and trade system that was imposed by the Kathleen Wynne government. So he's going to kind of set out these big picture items to show people that he's serious. He's bringing the legislature back to work, and he's going to fight for these things that he campaigned on.
Of course, we're also going to be keeping an eye on to see what his cabinet looks like and whether or not he's going to extend official party status to the Liberals, who are one seat shy at this point. So a lot to pay attention to here in Ontario. And listen, from a personal experience, I know the House of Commons has adjourned for the summer. You never wanted to ask an MP or refer to what they're doing now as being on summer break. They don't like it. What will MPs be?
They don't like it.
They don't like it at all. They always tell you they are not on vacation. So what are they up to until they return in September?
Well, it's referred to as the barbecue circuit, Ben. They attend lots of activities in their ridings to meet with their constituents because, of course, all politics is local. These people are going to have to get reelected. We're just a little more than a year out from the next federal election. So they're going to be taking stock of what issues are resonating in their ridings, probably holding town halls, meeting with constituents, talking about, are people still remembering Trudeau's India trip, for instance? What are they looking forward? Are they worried about Canada's relationship with U.S. President Donald Trump? So they're going to kind of be taking stock of what people are talking about, bringing it back to their parties. Of course, Prime Minister Trudeau as well will be traveling the country. We know he won't be in Ottawa and Canada today. He'll be visiting 3 cities, including 2 places that will be hit hard by the U.S. tariffs. So this is basically the beginning of the election campaign. It happens this summer. So we're going to be seeing a lot of messaging coming out from the federal parties this summer.
So step 1 is go back and meet your constituents, help them out in any way you can, but more importantly, listen to what they have to say about you and then take that back to Ottawa so that messaging can then, effective messaging can get out across the country?
Exactly. It's a fact-finding mission, and this is going to be important for all the MPs to send that message back to their parties. What is the NDP hearing? Do people even know who Jagmeet Singh is? What does he have to do to keep some of those seats in Quebec? How is Andrew Scheer resonating across the country? Do the Conservatives have a chance in Atlantic Canada again? Because we know, of course, the Liberals won all those seats. So they'll be fanning out, and then they'll be bringing that message back to their parties to see what they should be campaigning on in just a little more than a year.
So everybody should just relax, enjoy the summer, because it's going to heat up again in September.
Exactly.
Laura Stone, thanks so much.
Thanks, Ben.